Hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence, the 17th, and today I'd like to talk to you about your strengths. And instantly, when you hear that word, you think, "Oh, what I'm good at, right? What I'm really known for." You've heard me talk about my SO, Miss Betsy. I'm clearly out of my league here with her. She's amazing, and one of the things that she does is she is a Gallup certified StrengthsFinder coach. So you probably heard of Gallup polls. CBS Gallup poll recently said that 67% of the people think this. Well, that's what Gallup is known for most of the time to the public, but that's a very tiny portion of what Gallup does as a business. They're more of a business intelligence company like Dow Jones or others, and their biggest product is actually something called StrengthsFinder. And when I first started dating Betsy, I hadn't heard of StrengthsFinder, but she said, "Hey," like literally within a couple of weeks of us dating, she goes, would you mind going online and just taking this little online assessment, this little survey?" And I'm like, "No, that's fine." I mean, I'd taken others before, like Myers-Briggs and Colby and things like that. But the difference between those and StrengthsFinders is StrengthsFinder concentrates on your business acumen, your professional, strengths, weaknesses, not necessarily weaknesses, but things that you aren't necessarily as interested in or as good at as the things that you are. You answer a series of questions, just like any other inventory, and then it spits out at the end a list in order of your strengths from strongest to least strong. They tend to avoid saying things like weak or not so good. They're always being positive about it, which I love. But yeah, I mean, my least strong strength is harmony, and I don't understand why that is because I certainly want everybody to get along. But my top five strengths, once I'd taken the whole thing, my top five strengths: number one, strategic. I want to figure out how to make this work as a process, as a strategy, anything, whatever it is, whatever I'm dealing with. This thing, this video thing, training you with voiceover, my performance career. My second highest is achiever. So I want to make sure I get stuff done in this world. I want to make sure that I leave behind a legacy. My third biggest strength is maximizer. And this is one that I see it's just clear as a bell. I want to take a process and I want to make it 10 times bigger or 100 times bigger. How do I maximize something? That's number three. Number four is learner. Oh my God, I can't get enough of learning stuff. I'm taking a class right now from Adrian Salisbury, the Pro Video Academy Live and the Ecamm Live, and I just soak this stuff up. And I think in turn, also in my top 10 is teacher. So I think in turn, I kind of live the notion that if you really want to learn something well, teach it to others, right? And then my fifth one, and you get your top five when you fill out the thing. I've given you a link to StrengthsFinder in the show notes for this video. And that's what the cover of the book looks like. And inside the book, there's a code. And the code lets you take the online assessment. So if you use the link and go get the book, you'll be able to read about it. You'll be able to take the assessment. You get your top five for free as part of the assessment, and you can pay a little bit extra to get your entire list. And I suggest you do. But my fifth one is significance. And that to me is my desire to, along with achiever, leave a mark in this world and be thought of in positive, glowing ways, not thought of in ways that are detrimental to my reputation. I'm very, very concerned about leaving a positive mark on this world. So those are my top five strengths. And I wonder if you know what your strengths are. Maybe you've taken StrengthsFinder. I don't know. But I find it really, really interesting. And it's not interesting in a horoscope kind of way, in an astrology kind of way. It's interesting in that I can point directly to the things that matter most to me in my life and say, yep, strategy, achievement, maximization, learning, and significance, as well as the others in my top 10 or 12 or so. And there's so many cool things about this. There's the concept of the balcony and the basement. So good things and, positive things and not so positive things about strengths. Like, I'm sure strategic, I want to do the strategy, and others are like, you know what, I don't really care about what you think about the strategy, so you just keep that to yourself. The balcony and I don't know, but I'm fascinated by the entire thing, and I think that in general, if you know your strengths, you can then make some realizations about your world and about how you operate, and maybe you can start to fine tune your approach. I've got more to say about this, and I will in the next video, because you can take that a little too far. And again, Betsy was the one that presented me with that possibility as well. So, voheroes.com/get-StrengthsFinder will take you to that book that I showed you before. And you can take the assessment. Tell us what you did. Tell us how it turned out. Tell us what you think. And what do you think of this whole idea of psychological or online assessments in general? Like, have you done Colby? Have you done Myers-Briggs? Do they mean anything to you? By the way, Myers-Briggs, I'm an ENFJ. I'm an ENFJ. And I understand that's kind of rare, but I don't feel rare. Anyway, leave me a comment below. Tell me about what you think about all this stuff. Take the strengths test. Let me know what that's all about. If you want to be on the list, please jump down to the bottom of this page if you're on voheroes.com and jump on the list. Get on the list. There's a little box you can fill out for that. I also want to remind you one last time, in a couple of days, we're going to be doing the Ask Me Anything 2 Electric Boogaloo, where you can ask me anything about what we've been talking about in these videos, about what you've learned from me if you've been coached by me or taught by me, anything about performing, anything about voiceover. Ask me anything. Send your questions. I'll be looking in the comments for questions that I can give answers to in that thing, but it's coming up in a few days, so get your questions in now, okay? I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.